The story of Moses and Pharaoh. Moses was born in Egypt at a time when Pharaoh, the ruler of Egypt, had decreed that all newborn Hebrew boys should be killed to weaken the Israelites. His parents, Amram and Jochebed, were from the tribe of Levi. To protect their son, they hid him for 3 months. When they could no longer hide him, Jochebed placed him in a basket and set it afloat on the Nile River, entrusting him to God's care. The basket was discovered by Asiya, Pharaoh's wife, as she bathed by the river. She felt compassion for the baby and decided to adopt him, even though she knew he was a Hebrew child. She named him Moses, meaning drawn from the water. Asiya raised Moses in the royal palace as her own son, shielding him from Pharaoh's cruelty. Years later, Moses discovered his true identity as an Israelite. One day, he saw an Egyptian taskmaster beating a Hebrew slave. Overcome with anger, Moses killed the Egyptian and fled Egypt to escape Pharaoh's punishment. He settled in the land of Midian, where he married Zipporah and became a shepherd. While tending his sheep, Moses encountered a miraculous burning bush that was not consumed by the flames. God spoke to him from the bush, commanding him to return to Egypt and lead the Israelites out of slavery. God assured Moses that he would be with him and demonstrate his power to Pharaoh. Moses returned to Egypt and, with his brother Aaron, confronted Pharaoh, demanding, "Let my people go." Pharaoh refused, so God sent a series of 10 plagues upon Egypt. These plagues included 1. Turning the Nile River into blood. 2. Infestations of frogs, lice, and flies. 3. The death of livestock. 4th, boils on the skin of the Egyptians. 5th, hail that destroyed crops. 6. Swarms of locusts. 7. Darkness that covered Egypt for 3 days. 8. The death of every firstborn Egyptian. After the final plague, Pharaoh, grieving the loss of his own son, allowed the Israelites to leave. Moses led them out of Egypt in a mass exodus. As the Israelites journeyed, Pharaoh changed his mind and pursued them with his army. They reached the Red Sea, where they seemed trapped. Moses, following God's command, stretched out his staff, and the waters parted, creating a dry path for the Israelites. They crossed safely, but when Pharaoh and his army entered the sea, the waters returned, drowning them all, including Pharaoh. This event marked the end of Pharaoh's tyranny and the liberation of the Israelites. It demonstrated God's power and justice, as well as his protection over his chosen people.